Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 87 of Daisy Knits. I'm Daisy, and we're hanging out here in the floor of my study. We use this as our schoolroom and a hangout room, so I will also start this by saying I'm sorry if you have some ambient noise today. I have kids playing outside, and they can't decide if they want inside or outside, so the door keeps opening in the front door. So, anyways, words are not my friends today. But we will give this a whirl, shall we? I don't have a lot to show you, a lot of progress, but we'll get there. So first off, I will start with hubby's socks. This is from Marigold Gin, and it's the Cumulus colorway. And I showed you a bit last week. There's it in the ball, and that's how much I have left. So yardage is pretty massive. This is what I have for his size 12 foot. I'm working them 2 at a time. He asked for them to be longer socks. So to give you an idea, here's the heel. That's all leg. Fold over. So, we're getting there. That's what I have so far. And I still have this much yardage left. So I have a good chunk of yardage here. I did a simple toe-up sock, increased to 72 stitches, worked until it fits him. Like, we can try it on, and I know exactly where his ankle bone is and where to put his heel in. A German short row heel, my standard, which I love. I love how it's striped there, but then it pulls everywhere else. Just to keep it a little bit interesting for me, I did a staggered rib introduction. I don't know if you can, there we go, we can kind of see it. So one rib started here and then the next one started here, and it's staggered. It was more for my amusement because he wanted the leg to be ribbed. He wanted more, he likes 2 to 3 inches of ribbing at the top of his sock. So this was more for my amusement than his wear, but I'm going to see what he thinks of it. It was just something. It eventually gets up by here. It is 2x2 knit purls. So it's regular ribbing from here up and however far out I go. Kind of the awesome thing is when it's 2x2 ribbing, I can keep going and then he'll say, oh, that's good, or I run out of yarn and I just bind off. So that's kind of awesome that I don't have to actively think about how far back do I need to start my ribbing. But it is quite a bit of ribbing. So this is where I'm at. I believe this sock is a few rows shy of this sock, so they're not quite even, but they're pretty close. I keep them pretty close to each other. Marigold Gin, I think those are a size 1, I think they're a 1.5, a US 1.5. Can you hear the door as people? It's like a menagerie. I looked out earlier and there were 6 kids in my front yard. I have 2, and there were 6 kids out there. Just having a field day, which is great because I know where my kids are, but at the same time, it gets kind of loud having that many kids. Anyways, moving on. The other thing I've been working on is my argyle sock. And the pattern is called argyle sock. I won't pull that too much. I finished the 2nd diamond completely, and I have a wee bit of the 3rd diamond right there. So what happens now is, I'm going to take that extra needle out. At this 3rd diamond, I take off stitches on both sides, and that's what's on these 2 needles, and that's going to become the heel. Then this will do 1 more full diamond. I'll have another diamond just like this up here. And then I have to come back and do the heel. And that's when it kind of gets a little interesting and construction's a little different. But this is what I have going. I did yesterday during llama practice started weaving in part of these ends. And when I'm weaving in ends, I am taking the time to make sure that where my join is, those first couple of stitches, I tighten them up and I try to smooth them out a little bit, try to clean up around that area. So hopefully I don't have holes, but we will see. And I would say I probably did 10 or 12 ends in like 30-40 minutes. So it's going to take me a bit to do all of my ends. But I'm okay with that because I know I'm doing it well. I'm not rushing through it. I am getting it well done. So this is what we have so far. I don't really know how quickly this will get worked on, but it is going to happen. This is being done on a US 2.5 at 3.0 millimeter. It is Cascade fingering yarn. And like I said, the pattern is Argyle sock, and that is by, let me tell you right, Connie Millette. I think that's how you say it. And it's in the Cast On magazine, winter of 2003-2004. So, I actually had all that information today. Next week is Fair Week. Tonight is general projects. The kids take all their stuff up for 4-H and turn it in. And then tomorrow is the big kickoff for the fair. And then for the next week, the fair, county fair runs. And in our world, it's kind of a big deal because the kids are part of 4-H and we have to spend 3 full days out at the fairgrounds. Wednesday, we're washing llamas and setting up the booth at the fair. Thursday, we're moving the llamas from the farm to the fairgrounds. Friday morning, they show at the fair, and that's like an all-day experience. If you're on Instagram, check it out. I will post pictures of the kids with their llamas in costume, if you're interested. But, fair warning, it means overall that my knitting might be pretty light next week. I don't know if I'll get a chance to record maybe Wednesday. It might be Saturday next week before I record. I never know because we spend so much time at the fair. But I did want to fair warn you. Oh, maybe I could take the camera with me and do a little bit at the fair and splice it all together. I don't know. We will see. I make no promises about next week except for that I'm going to survive. And our number 1 rule is no crying at the fair. We have a few rules. So do your best, try your hardest, have fun, and no crying. Like, that's our whole goal at the fair this week. Survive it, but no crying. So, I've rambled on way too much about that. That is what I've accomplished this week. I hope that you've all had a great week. And you know where to hit me up. All my contact information is at the end. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. See ya!